Hey guys, what's up? So we're here to check out Murad's gameplay. Now one word to describe this hero, Elusive. He is one freaking elusive hero, and if you've ever played Mobile Legends before and have had the pleasure of playing against a pro Fanny user wherein she's pretty damn hard to catch, well, Murad is like that. He might even be more slippery than Fanny. However, Murad doesn't have any cables like Fanny. His skills is more like Lancelot. But anyways, sorry for the comparison. Back to this AOV hero that is freaking awesome. Now, going in and out of clashes is Murad's specialty. And I don't even know where to start on his skills. I mean, almost all of his skills prevents him from getting damage. Seriously guys, this hero is just freaking ridiculous. But I'm not saying that he is overpowered since there are a lot of disadvantages with this hero even though he is great. But before we go into that, let's talk about his skills first so that you can better understand what I'm talking about. And by the way, on this video, I've included a whole single gameplay from start to finish so that you guys can better see on how to roam and jungle with this hero. Anyways, first is his passive skill, Rift. And it says on Murad's 4th consecutive normal attack within 3 seconds, he gains 5% attack damage and releases the seal on the temporal turbulence for 5 seconds. Temporal turbulence, guys, is your ultimate. Next up is your first skill, Thorn of Time, and it says Murad leaps forward, dealing physical damage to enemies in his path and stunning them. He can leap again within 5 seconds of the initial cast, and he can return to his starting location if the ability is cast a third time within 5 seconds. Now, it wasn't stated in the description, but even on your second use of the first skill, guys, you can still stun your opponents. So basically, you can stun your opponents twice with your first skill. However, on your third use, wherein you go back to your first position, there's no more stun. Next up is your second skill, Another Dimension, and it says Murad creates a distortion in space and time that deals 110 physical damage to all enemies in the distortion field. Also deals physical damage to those entering or leaving the distortion field and reduces their movement speed by 90% for 2 seconds. In addition, he lowers the target armor by 100 for 3 seconds. Murad cannot be targeted or attacked during the creation of the distortion. Now, this skill has a lot of purposes. It damages your opponents, weakens your opponents, and slows them down by 90%. And that's a lot, guys. But not only that, you can also use this skill to dodge incoming damages. You'll just have to time it properly. And this is one of your skills that will save you during a full team clash. Remember guys that you cannot be targeted or damaged while you're doing this skill. You can even bait your opponents to use their skills or use their CC skills on you, which is a great help for your team. Just do it properly since it's really dangerous. Remember that you are a little squishy assassin. Now, next up, guys, is his third and ultimate skill, Temporal Turbulence. And it says Murad enters a temporal rift, unleashing 5 attacks on enemies in the target area, dealing physical damage per attack, and lifesteal effects apply for these attacks. And while in the temporal rift, Murad cannot be targeted and attacked. This ability can only be used after Murad's passive opens the seal, which will close again after use. And there you go guys, now this skill is what you'll always be aiming for to perform. The hard part on this one is unsealing the seal. You need to do 4 basic attacks in order to use this skill, and that can be really hard if there is a huge clash going on. It won't be much of an issue if there's only one opponent or even 2, since you'll most likely be able to pull it off. But like we said, it's extremely hard to unlock the seal if it's a team clash. You'll most likely die even before you can do 4 basic attacks. So how do you do it then? Simple. Perform the 4 basic attacks on a jungle monster or minions if possible, and then use your first skill to move towards your target. Like this one, guys. And as you can see here guys, I'm attacking the jungle monster first to remove the seal on my ultimate, and then I head into the clash with my ultimate ready to be used. And I can use my ultimate and second skill when I reach my opponents. Now, if it's too dangerous, I can teleport back to my first location and then go back again. But sometimes your allies will finish the job for you. Or if you think you can take on the enemies, you can stay and do basic attacks. Your ultimate has a short cooldown. So after doing 4 basic attacks against your opponents, you can pretty much cast your ultimate again. Now, with his build, guys, remember that you will need a bit of defense items and a lifesteal as well. Since defense items, because on Murad's gameplay, you'll get hit a lot. While lifesteal items, because your ultimate is also affected with lifesteal effects. And lifesteal usually just works on your basic attacks, but with Murad's ultimate, it's a different case. With this, you can get huge lifesteals whenever you cast your ultimate. So that's it for our Murad guide, guys. Hope you found this video informative. Thanks.
Legendary.
Stepping through.
Double kill.
Rewind.
Legendary.
Never forget.
An ally has been defeated.